Okay, testing, testing. How are the audio levels? I'm just gonna quickly run that down and see how that's going through. Maybe down. Oh my goodness, what is that? Oh, whoa. Well, that ain't good. Ooh. Sorry, no. One of the briars is won't be a moment. I stumbled in on someone's channel. I got them lying in bed doing some very odd things. But yeah, not sure I want to continue watching that. But yeah, hello, welcome. Oh my goodness, we're about to cross 200 followers on Kick. That is quite the thing, but we're streaming to YouTube and Kick right now. That's gonna be good. So just turn on the multi-stream, and then I think we're good, guys. I think we're good. So I'm just gonna do a little bit of 3D modeling in the background now. So come and join me, of course. I'm just gonna sort of get my consoles open, making sure we can see everything. Like this. Hello. How are we today? Ooh, here we go. I think. So yeah, well, get ready for the Twitch stream later tonight. Oh, hello. How are you doing, SJ? Okay, perfect. So yes, we're on YouTube. I know I haven't streamed to YouTube in, gosh, it must be about 2 weeks. A conscious decision. I wanted to, yeah. I know. See, I'm getting used to the usernames. You're good. Yeah, I wanted to start up. Oh, hey, Golden. How you doing? Heading to work. Oh my goodness. Well, I hope you have a wonderful day at work. I really do. So this is the afternoon session. I'm gonna be very, very careful with how much I stream to Twitch, because I've observed that since I've been streaming to Twitch, I'm not really getting any people coming in, which is kind of annoying. But I think it's because I've been subscribing, so I've been streaming too much to it. I think Twitch is a very careful beast that doesn't like people streaming too much. That's at least my impression, given the behaviour that Twitch is extending towards me. So yeah, so we're in a really lovely world. It's like this big old fish tank by Whisperoo, and it's called, actually, Shallows something. Oh yeah, Radiant Shallows it's called. And around me, look, I'm on this lovely squishy bed. I'm not actually lying down on it, I'm just kind of standing it, but behind me there's a wonderful fish tank, which you can actually see. Kind of, it's a little bit blurry because I've got the focus mode on. Just turn that off. Sorry about this. Well, you can actually still look at all the lovely fish behind me. It's an exposure, it's a bit for you to see them, but so many of them, they're just swimming around. Cool. So yes, I'm tucked into this lovely little thing. Behind me there is a sort of a party pad left, if I show you. All these little loungy areas, very nice. I do also have access to the VIP, which is just up there, but we're not streaming from within there today, because I think it's nice just to sit out here in this little alcove, surrounded by all the water. So yeah, this is going to be a lot about Blender tutorial today. So I had a lovely little TikTok stream earlier. I know SJ, you caught me on that. It was only supposed to be a quarter of an hour, but it did go on for about half an hour. But to be honest, it was just me standing in front of a pachinko machine, which was looked really funny, but there wasn't much going on. Just doing a bit of a publicity tour, to be honest. But yeah, so right now we're gonna play with Blender. So I've been trying to rebuild the White Lotus now for some time, and this is a bit of an issue, guys, because I have lost the ability to concentrate on things, and it's a form of burnout, I think. It's really kind of breaking me apart. I used to build so many worlds in Horizons all the time, and these days I just can't concentrate. So I've kind of moved across to a lot of avatar creation, which I've got to be honest, if you think world building is difficult, avatar creation is on a whole different scale, but I would say they're both specializations. But the time has come. I now need to move back towards actually learning to build worlds again in VRChat. I had a quick go over at the White Lotus. That was very, very quickly set up. I think I managed to do that in about, well, less than a week, to be honest. And it shows, because largely it was just a port from Horizon Worlds. And while that's cool, I need to do better. You can't simply, well, I don't feel like I want to just move a world over from Horizon Worlds and that, be done with it, you know. I want to put in something a bit more special. So I spent a lot of time in worlds like these looking at all the little artistic flares and the way they architect these sorts of worlds to see, like, how can I make a really good VRChat world? And as yet, I haven't managed to do it. So this is my magnum opus. This is my attempt to try and create something amazing. And I know I'm gonna fail at it. But I'm gonna try. Yeah, I'm gonna absolutely try, guys. So, the ridiculous thing is, I'm getting pretty good with Blender now. But I just my ability to visualize is gone. Yeah, it's really gone. There. Anyway, we're just gonna fiddle with some ideas and copy some pieces, because at the moment I want to keep the original layout, which is something a little bit like this. Kind of. That is the sort of original floor plan of the Gnosis, but I want to get a little bit more creative. I keep having these visions of, like, really great ideas that I can actually bring to life. I want to see what I can pull off. So yeah, stick close. Let's see what we can do. Yeah, so we'll be quietly tapping keys in the background. How's the music, guys? Is it too loud, or is it too furious, or is it okay? Yeah, I used to do these kinds of workshops all the time on YouTube, and I used to get quite a bit of a following, but I stopped. And I think the YouTube crowd liked to see me working on things. And I know a lot of the Horizon Worlds crowd have sort of moved on, but I think once Horizon Worlds announced that it was closing to VR creators, I think a lot of people kind of just gave up a bit, which is a shame. I'm just gonna do my chair a sec, because I'm quite low down. It doesn't feel right. I feel like I'm, oops. I feel like I'm sort of a bit too low down. Oh dear. So I've just had Clyde ask if you can join me. Not really in a local talky mood, sorry Clyde. Yeah, let me just set myself to enjoyable a sec. I should have done that before. Let's go live on KitKat update. There we go. Perfect, okay. Wonderful. It's a little loud, okay? I will act on that, thank you. And there we go. It's about half the volume it should. So I rely on you guys for feedback on that kind of stuff, because I can never tell. I wish I had a producer, but nope, it's just me. It's just me doing all this stuff, so I do the best I can, thank you. Okay. So this is probably about the right dimensions. The bar I don't think is the right height. What I'm going to do, I'm going to just come up with some blocks. I think the main floor, I want to get creative, but I don't want to lose the spirit of the original thing. So if I just grab this out here and we're gonna zoom in close. We just put a little block down here, okay? And I'm going to go through some iterations of this to come up with something until I'm kind of happy with the floor plan. But I thought I had lock to vertex turned on. A little disappointing. Okay, well, G along the Y and just save that to about there. Then I guess we can just G and on the X. I really want to just be a really great creator, like someone like Wispy Woo or Spooky Ghost Boo. I'd love to be able to just immediately come up with these ideas. I know they put a lot of effort into them, but it just looks so brilliant. I want to be at that level. I really do. Maybe I'll just do this by block style. So I think, let's say, let's edit this surface, guys, here. If I inset a little, and then I'm going to extrude inwards, I'm going to inset a little more, and then I'm going to extrude outwards. So we're going to extrude out to about here. And that creates a lovely sort of shape that looks like that. I don't know if you guys are already getting that, but you can kind of see, just go like that. You can kind of see what's going on there. Kind of works. And then, this is really good. Man. So we can then bevel. Oh wait, hang on. A 3 bevel? Okay. Oh shit. No, I don't want to do that. Oh, I don't know what I just did. Bevel edges, it was called. Hey, Clyde! Sorry, Clyde, I declined the thingy-bob. My attention can only split so many ways. I'm actually on YouTube and Kick, but I had a Kick notification ready to go. Okay, so here we go. Oh. Just do that like that. We've got a nice little, just a tasty little bevel going on here. Perfect. There we go. So, I quite like that sort of style. Kind of nice. The one thing I just realised I may not have had turned on was correct faces. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go into here, find a type of marble. Okay, white marble. I do have a really nice plugin here. No, it's called Blender Kit. It is a little subscription, something that someone recommended to me a little while ago. And I can get materials out of here. So I need to find a really nice marble texture. Oh, so smooth. Something like that. Are you excited for later, Clyde? You've got a good show planned for tonight? Yeah. That's like marble bricks. I think. That's a nice smooth marble. Yeah, let's do that. See you, Golden. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you. Yeah, this is just a quick stream. The proper stream will be later. I just wanted to try and use the stream to keep myself focused on actually doing something. But yeah, I hope you have a wonderful day, mate. You deserve it. Okay, so that's a nice marble pattern. It's quite repetitive though, but we can come back to that. But look at this. The one thing I have noticed, the correct face attributes thing, it's keeping the right frequency. Not stretching or anything, but it's just not lined up. That's just disappointing. So I wonder if I can correct that. Should we get brave and try? We're just messing around with objects at the moment, so no trouble. So what we'll do is we select all the edges around it, okay? And then I'm gonna say this can go horrifically wrong. Oops. Oh shoot. And go back. I suppose this is actually quite a good way to do it. Yeah. So let's stay zoomed in about here, okay? Oh, actually that looks okay. Was I just looking at a rough edge? I think it was, you know. Or just these two edges are a little rough. sorted, got your monitors all in, set it with desk. Desk is a bit wobbly. So you just screw a few things to make it a bit more stable. Ah, okay. Ah, wobbly, oh no. So under here I can do UV and I can do a smart UV project. What happens? I mean, I don't fully understand if that just fixed it. So look. It's really hard to tell because of what it's just possibly done. I don't know. If I jump back to here a sec. Well, it's difficult to know when it's done. Am I okay? So that's quite a nice little platform. Quite big though. Thanks. Whispering Walls always has these dinosaurs that they leave around. There's a dinosaur, a spider, and some other stuff in every world. That's really funny. Oh, Karen, hello! Caught me on YouTube, all of you. On kick. How's Karen today? Oh, let's say that without yawning, that would be great. Okay. And what's interesting here, like, is that also... It's like the whole thing wants to be relaid out with its UV maps. Yeah. Let's take it back. So, UV mapping is something I need to get smarter on. Like, I get the fundamentals of it, but I don't know how to make it, like, easy on myself. Because, like, for example, I could select the whole thing. I could do this, ready? UV, smart UV project, and then boom. And that's just done that. And it's the wrong texture we're looking at here, but the point sort of remains. Well, it's not it. Yeah, no, when I'm looking like that, that's crazy. I'm good, thank you, Karen. Yeah, really good. I'm taking it easy. Getting ready for another big one tonight. So, got another 4-hour stream. Gosh, I need to stop sitting around so much. My right leg is like on fire. I can feel a nerve running down it. It's crazy. But yeah, I'm good, thank you, Karen. I'm really good. I'm just... Do some jamming out, doing some Blender as you do. Yeah. I have. So I'm trying something, SJ. So I have this hunch that Twitch has taken some kind of objection to me streaming so much. And so what I'm trying to, like, Kick I don't think cares, but I think I've tripped something off in Twitch. I think I've tripped something off in Twitch that's basically stopping people from seeing my channel. So the only way I can work past that is to stream on Twitch less, but to stream for longer on less days of the week. It's a theory. The problem is I do love live streaming. And so I think as well, the YouTube crowd likes serious content. They like to see me being a little less, you know, running around in a bikini, and a little more maybe doing interesting things, like 3D modeling. Yeah, it's a shame. I don't know if I'm wrong or right with Twitch, to be honest, but I feel I've been left in a position where I feel like when I stream to Twitch, I'm under some weird order to basically stream for 4 or 5 hours at a time, and on less days of the week, because otherwise they punish me. And what happens is I end up streaming for long amounts of time on many days of the week, and basically getting absolutely no recognition from Twitch for it. And that, you know, I know there's a lot of people vying for attention on Twitch, but something seems to have shifted quite sharply. over there. I think I've tripped something off because I had 2 weeks off work, right? So I was streaming a lot of the time. A lot of the time. And it's one of those things where sometimes the answer is just to do less of something in order to make it work. And I think the algorithm on Twitch is serving me up to less people because of that. But yeah, I'm gonna carry on doing the Oblivion stuff. That's hella fun. I can do that for 4 hours very easily. It's fun. I think Oblivion Remastered isn't an oversaturated category right now, so it's quite a good one to perhaps get noticed on. Because I've noticed that the VR chat one is hyper competitive right now. It's not as saturated as something like Fortnite or Valorant or any of those. But then I don't enjoy those kinds of games, so I wouldn't play them anyway. But yeah, VR chat is basically very, very saturated. It's all quite sexy content as well, which is quite fun. I don't know if Twitch will crack down on that one day. I have no idea, but honestly, I think getting doing the sex strike, if I can call it that, on TikTok the other day was interesting. I'm glad I had a written apology from TikTok on that one, because it's like when a platform gaslights you into making you think that you are doing something that you want, you start to doubt yourself. You start to change what you're doing. But what you're doing is what you want to do, and it's what people enjoy. But it wasn't what they were accusing me of. They're accusing me of, like, selling sexual services, and I'm like, I'm really not. And to get an apology from TikTok once they'd actually reviewed that case, that felt pretty good, because it's like, I was quite angry at TikTok because of that. It's not nice to just, do what you do and then get accused of something by a big platform. It's really not nice. It's not fair. Especially as they're a big platform, they're not likely to listen to anyone. It did sort of... Yeah, it did mean something that they wrote that. So I'm pleased with it. I'll take that. Yeah. Just, it shouldn't have to come to the point where I'm starting the stream and it literally gets shut down within 3 seconds. And I wasn't even on camera. It's like, that's a fault. That is a fault. I had to go at Mesa before because I got a restriction for, get this, bullying. Now, Clyde will actually remember, I was stood chatting to him. I was stood chatting to him in one of the public areas, and we weren't speaking to anyone. And then I got a 5-minute microphone ban from Mesa because of bullying. And I was like, you can't run moderation like this. You just can't, otherwise you could have everyone leaving your platform accused of things they weren't doing randomly and then getting head suspensions for it. And it's like, you either do that moderation job correctly or you just don't do it at all. Because honestly, that's just crazy. I'm still dealing with the fallout of Meta basically cancelling my ability to buy anything, and I was having a really good chat with a friend today and saying, oh look, I can't wait for the next stage of what Meta's doing with this operating system and stuff. And I said, well, the problem is I still can't buy anything on Meta's services. They've shut my ability to buy anything down and they won't give it back. And they won't explain why. And that sucks. It really sucks. And they won't listen to me. They will not listen to me. They just, every time I'm just saying, cut and paste emails from them, telling me, I'm so sorry, but we've permanently frozen your account. And I'm like, why though? And they're like, we can't tell you that. And I'm like, that doesn't help. You can't just do that. It's not like it's not like I've sort of done something wrong. I haven't. You suspended my wallet because of your dodgy algorithm, and now you won't unseal it again. Why? Yeah, I don't know. I'm not on a good... And every time I reach out to someone who Meta to get it fixed as well, they're either the correct team and they just won't go any further, they're just playing me off. Or if I go to a different team, they won't help. They just say it's the job of the other team, and I'm like, well, that's crap. Yeah, that's crap. I don't know. Anyway, sorry, rant over. Still not fixed, man. Still not fixed. It's been nearly a year. In July, it will have been a year. a year since I haven't been able to buy anything. That's like being frozen out of your Steam account for a year. It's crazy. Just randomly. Hey, yeah. You've got to do better. You've got to do better than that. Sorry, I've got my tongue out. I'm rubbing one of my teeth down. Don't ask long story, but hey, every time I do it, it thinks I've got my tongue out. That's really funny. Oh, an interesting news actually. I found a little gadget online today. It's not out just yet. I think it's due out very soon. It's a tiny little motion tracking camera for your mouse. And it apparently fits any virtual reality headset. I forget what it's called. It's like Babble? Babbing? I think it's called Babble. B-A-B-B-L-E. On Steam there's a program called Babylon, which is the driver set for it. And it allows you to mount a small camera to any of your virtual reality headsets and then get mouth tracking. And it'll work with things like FOR VRCHAT, it'll work with things like Resonite, Chill Out VR. Really interesting, and it was about $100, which it does firm up my theory that to add the right sensors for face tracking is roughly $100, and that's in line with when HTC made their VR headsets. They were priced as a plugin at about $100. So yeah. Yeah. I've got a bit of heartburn. I had some spicy noodles for lunch, and yeah. Not long story short, they were pretty strong. Right, I'm just gonna move this up to here. I think this might be better. So maybe just make it smaller. There we go. It's better. It's more comfortable. Oh, sorry, that was a really big yawn. So that's a floor piece, okay. And then I want to just try doing some little dividers. Maybe I want to try pushing the floor in a bit. Like if I wanted to, I wonder, actually, if I go back to under modeling, I think it is. This is a separate. I never use this. I only ever use like layout view with tab, because if I show you, right, go up to the layout view at the top. If I select an object and press tab, it goes into edit view. And then if I go to modeling, modeling just goes into edit view. So I don't know whether there's a separate tab for that. I've literally never used it. I've spoken to some other artists and they'll say, yeah, we use modeling all the time. I'm like, but why? It's a tab press away and you don't have to switch windows. It's really funny. So yeah, what I'd like to do now, I'm gonna just quickly change the origin. So origin to geometry is great, because if I wanted to rotate this, I can. Sorry, that's a really big yawn then. I'm not sleeping so great these days, I gotta be honest. So we're going to create a mesh, and that mesh is going to be a cube, okay? And this is the kind of modeling I do need to do. So now just plot that there, okay? And then we're going to move that a little bit to here, and then we're going to come down and just grab that face there. Back up, we need to G, and then we need to Y it to about that constraint. Then we need to expand. Oh no, we need to expand it, so we're going to expand it. We do need to origin to geometry. There we go. And over to here. I did notice actually there's a girl that I follow on Twitch. She's, I think, quite local. She's also from Southworld, and she's doing a 12-hour stream. That's crazy. Can't even imagine doing that. I do wonder. I know, would you guys watch the 12-hour stream? Like if I did it from 12 to 12? That would be pretty nuts. It'd have to be on weekend. I couldn't do that any other time. But I know my, like if I did a 12-hour stream, literally I would get like no one following. I would be like, eh. And I'd feel a bit like best about by that, to be honest. Yeah. So anyway, that's I attempted a little divider. Oh, hang on. So, I need to do this smarter, so if I just grab that, pull that down to about sort of here-ish. Do the same here, so G on the Z. Wonderful, there we go. And G on the, that's just kind of free forward, G on the Y. Okay. Now. What I'm gonna do is edit this. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm not going to bevel that, I don't think, but if we do a bevel edges here. Okay, just about that much. We've created quite a nice little bevel block there, which is kind of cool. Oh. Yeah. Oh, tell you what, I need a drink or something. It isn't. We're oh. This is the problem. I sort of get to this point and I'm just like tired. I'm gonna just undo that a sec, guys. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna create a clone of that. So if I duplicate it and then move it over this direction, I'm gonna say loop cat and slide. Oops. Oops. Oh man, come on, what are you doing? What's this doing? Loop can slide, and we're gonna just take this over to about here. It's gonna be quite uneven, but you know, whatever. And drop that there, okay? And then we're gonna basically extrude that along the y-axis. This way. So we're gonna create a little variation here. But we're gonna do some selection of here. There we go. Bevel edges, okay. Yeah. You can see I've created quite a nice little shape just here. So, yeah. And then we're going to do the same thing here. So, remembered my selection. You can actually, in Blender, you can type the numbers, so 0.02. Simply dead. And Oh my goodness. I do need a drink. I'm gonna go get a drink. Bear with me a sec, guys. I'll be right back. I'm also getting a cheese triangle from the fridge. I don't know why, but I just fancy it. You know the little full wrap bits of cheese? Yeah. I haven't had these since I was a kid. They're amazing. I usually put them on a cracker or something, but I was gonna eat it out of the foil because I'm hardcore. Oh, that's so good. Yeah, it's so good. Okay. Well, so I'm gonna sit down, open this can of Pepsi. I love them at Pepsi Max, it's my favourite. And oh. Do I get a coat on? I don't know. Yeah, do you know what? Yes, I'm actually quite cold in here. I think the temperature has dropped significantly. Oh, a turtle just went past the window. That's nice. Neat. Okay. Okay, I think we're ready to come back. Or are we? Ah, I'm back. So yeah, oh man, I'm so tired, it's ridiculous. I could fall asleep on a beanbag right now. I don't know if it classified the stream as being the Ender or VR chat, I just can't remember. Probably doesn't matter. Yeah. Gotta keep remembering to drink. Actually, I haven't taken my vitamin D today. I should do that. Anyway. I promise I will not fall asleep. Yeah. Should we get the overlay on? I'm kind of feeling like I want a bit of an overlay. Yeah, let's do it. This one. Let's just keep that open, I guess. Let's have a little look. So, right, do I think my online persona and physical persona will fully merge? No. I think we are in these environments is meant to be for these environments. I think some people will come into VR and try and be as normal as possible. They will be themselves and nothing else. And I think some people have a little bit more of a creative spirit about it. I think whilst we're all real people, I think in VR it's a great place to be that person that perhaps you can't feel you'd be in real life. I think that's important. Yeah. That's a big thing. So now I do think that it's like keeping work and play separate. You can get jobs that are a lot like play. But I think it's good to have separation. It's good to compartmentalize and keep things separate, you know? So I think it's very important. Yeah. Kind of fancy rushing that time so we can do another one. Jack, let's go. Where's that program? Here it is. What's the most recent time you found an unexpected sense of community in a surprising place? Well, okay, so, and recently, very recently, I went into a group public instance yesterday, and I saw people behaving really nicely towards each other, and I was shocked. And I'm hearing that actually in these group public instances, you do get nice people coming in. Most people are actually really nice. It's just there's a few people who are not. And they will look for places that are easy to get into to basically come and just disrupt the vibe. And it's like, it's a sad thing. People who feel that they can't fit in anywhere will do their best to disrupt the joy for everyone else. It's a special kind of person that does that. And until they look at themselves in the mirror, unfortunately they will always be like that. You can't help them. It's gotta, what do they say? Block and move on. No, I've never had any trouble. I guess I just haven't allowed it. I'm in this for too long. Okay. Let's go for the next one, guys. Alright. What's the thing I've done that I genuinely cannot categorize? That's a really good question. I don't know if I've got a good answer for that. I think doing what I do, I'm a person with a full-time job and a sleep schedule, and yet, honestly, just becoming a social media presence and then now dipping into VTubing in really the last few years, I guess. Like, this level of VTubing is still quite new to me. This is a sort of a, you know, but I've been around for a long time. My Instagram profile is a very, very long breadcrumb trail of where I've been. And to be honest, even before that, but under different names and identities. Yeah, so it's amazing that we do things that really there were no categories for, and then suddenly they become categories for them. I think VTubing in itself now is a category. I'm both new to it and also very old at it. That's a difficult one to explain. I do kind of wish I'd set foot into VR chat. I wish I'd stayed in VR chat back when it was sort of a much younger system. But I'm sure everyone says that. The fact is we didn't. You know, I spent a lot of time in VR chat and then moved off to Horizon Worlds, basically, so thought that was gonna go somewhere. Well, you know, hey, whatever. It didn't cost me anything. I still had a great time and I met amazing people. So, let's go. It's nice to be able to continue that whole saga. into new platforms and new technologies. That's I'm thankful for that. Okay, is there a skill I've developed through work that surprised me by becoming important to me? Yes. Honestly, when I started my last job, so I've always been a software developer, an engineer, and then moved on to design. But the one thing I got sent early doors to a customer services training course, and also many years later to a coaching course. And what I found was that actually learning skills and how to talk to people is really important. I know so many highly skilled, highly talented individuals who have no idea how to talk to people, and they live very frustrating lives because life is people, and if you don't know how to talk to people, it's always going to hold you back. And I was never good with people before, and granted I still have my off days, don't get me wrong, but yeah, no, soft skills are very important. I think a lot of people think they don't need to learn them, but they would learn potentially much better if they did actually learn how to talk to people. But the things I learned on my customer services course was sort of if someone comes at you and they're really pissed off, like how to basically bring them back down to earth. And that is a lesson that stuck with me because I've met a lot of very pissed off people. Yeah, the main thing is you have to make sure you understand that you're on the same side. People who oppose each other will go to war, but people who stand on the same side, or at least try to, or if you have to stand on the same side as someone else who is going against you, that helps. It sounds like psychobabble, but there's something in it. But coaching is for me the art of bringing out people's abilities without having to train them. It's a big difference between training. Coaching is about asking leading questions. It's the art of question and suggestion. But if you give people all the answers to everything, they'll never respect it. They'll just blame you for it the moment it goes wrong. But if you coach people to believe in themselves and answer their own questions and hold back from actually answering the questions yourself, and people start to discover how powerful they are, and I think that they will be thankful for that, generally. So, okay, next question's on its way. I could actually go to sleep now. Shit, actually, do you know, I might go for a nap in a bit. This music is banging. Awesome. Oh wow, actually, hang on. Go get the next question. Let's hurry it up. What is the most uncomfortable thing you've eaten just to avoid wasting it? Oh my goodness. I once ate gone off beef in a stir fry. I'm not about wastage. Oh. Sorry, I feel really big yawn. I really hate food wastage, and I had this beef in the fridge, and it was a good few days over. It's not good. Not good. It smelled like wet dog. It was so bad. So bad. Sorry, I haven't frozen. I just once again I've sat down to build a world, got about 3 objects in, and my brain has just given up. It's something Jen said to me this morning. She said if it's not time, it's not time. When is time? And yeah, that's the thing, though. Sometimes it's like rushing out something doesn't lead to good results. Pushing into something when you're not, and your heart's not in it, is not going to lead to good things. You need to just pull back and Do you think something you want to? That is a very long name. Hello, Gerardo Benjamin Sanchez Vasquez. How are you doing, you okay? Welcome to the YouTube stream. We're having the laziest Blender session ever where I'm not actually doing much. But, yeah, welcome in. I'm just sort of... let's bring up another question, guys. Keep the brain going. What is the most recent moment I felt in my element at work? Oh, I don't know. In my element at work, I think recently I've been doing a lot of work with some IoT devices, and that's been pretty cool. I've been doing my little thing at setting them up and making sure that they're running and stuff, and that's been pretty cool. They're having to write a small service that reads a message queue and pushes the information received in it through to a service, but doing that in like a rapid style. I quite like that. That's kind of where I excel, is like give me a software solution you need, and I'll get it right. I'll get it written pretty quick. And it hasn't broken. It's still going there, so did well on that. Really good. Right, I need another one. What time is it, guys? Oh, it's going to 4. Change one thing about how humans communicate, what would it be? Oh my goodness. That's a heck of a question. Okay, I think I've got one. So, one of the benefits of hanging around in online communities is you can adjust people's volumes without knowing. So, for example, if I'm stood in a room and someone comes in and they're naturally quite loud, and I'm in the middle of a conversation with someone, I can just, without saying anything at all, I can turn their volume right down. It's not like a mute, because I still want to hear them when they're talking to me, but if they're talking like their mouth is pressed against the microphone, like some people do, because our faces are shaped differently, right? And some people just, literally, they will talk so loud in here. That I would love to be able to, in real life, just turn people's volumes down if they're a bit too loud. So I think a lot of people don't mean anything by it. Oh, thank you very, very much for the follow. I think a lot of people don't mean to be loud, they just are. They're still lovely people. But honestly, I don't need to hear them every time they open their mouth. Everyone else has to stop talking because they're so loud. I don't like that. I don't like that so much. So instead, I'd rather not make a fuss. I'd rather just quietly normalize their volume. Oh, my goodness. Oh, I'm actually falling asleep, guys. I may have to go for sleep, because this has not quite gone how I planned. But then, you know, I am burning a candle. I don't think I am burning a candle. I was up quite late this morning, but I just, yeah, I'm gonna be up late tonight again. We're gonna do a 4-hour stream over on Twitch. Actually, that's a good thing for all you guys watching. I am over on Twitch from 8 PM UK time tonight. So that is, what time is it now? That's in 4 hours. So in 4 hours from now I will be streaming on Twitch. It'll be a 4-hour stream and we'll be having such fun. That's if I can stay awake for it all. I'm sure I can. I really struggled last night. I felt like I was actually shutting down midstream. That was not a fun experience, to be honest. Yeah, I am. I'm very, very tired. I went to bed at 2 last night and I got up at like 8 or 9 this morning. That's still like 6 hours or so, but I just haven't been sleeping well this week, and I think my brain's exhausted. I need to take some vitamin D. Just need to remember to take my supplements. Yeah, all good. Oh goodness, yeah. Tell you what, guys, I'm gonna go have a sleep. For all of you guys who are watching that haven't actually said a word yet, hello to you. Make sure you do follow me on Twitch, okay? It's gonna be a hell of a time. That's about 4 hours, so I'm gonna go and get some sleep now. It is Saturday and I can, and I'm actually falling asleep right now, so can't have that loose. Okay. Perfect. Yeah, okay. Enough dancing. I'm gonna go sleep. I'll see you. I'll see you later. 4 hours from now, be there. Twitch.